Stop chasing money until you learn these 6 truths. I used to think money was the answer to everything. I chased it hard. I figured the next dollar, the next promotion, that next zero in my bank account, that would be the thing that would finally let me breathe. I honestly thought success was just a number. The bigger, the better. But the more I got, the more I felt like I was in a trap. The goalposts just kept moving further away. It all came crashing down during a life-changing event that forced me to see a devastating truth. I was winning the battle for money but losing the war for my own life. I was building a rich bank account but living a totally bankrupt existence. After hitting rock bottom, I stumbled upon 6 truths that are worth so much more than any amount of money. These are the lessons they definitely don't teach you in school, the kind you only learn when life slams the brakes on for you. These lessons will completely redefine what a rich life even means. So before you go chasing that next dollar, stop and learn these 6 truths. Alright, the first truth. This one hit me like a ton of bricks. For years I traded my time for money without even thinking about it. I missed birthdays, bailed on plans, and let my health slide, all while telling myself that classic lie, I'll make up for it later. I was treating time like it was some renewable resource, but a sudden health scare in my family taught me the brutal reality. It's not. Look, money can buy comfort, it can buy convenience, but it absolutely cannot buy you more time. The very things that let us enjoy life, like our health and energy, are not for sale at any price. We see this sad story all the time. Successful people who get to the top and realize they traded precious years with their loved ones for it. They have all the money in the world but would give every last cent for just one more healthy, happy day with their family. That's when I stopped asking, how much money can I make? And started asking, how do I want to spend my time? When you finally see time as your most valuable and totally irreplaceable asset, your priorities just shift. You stop living a life of frantic accumulation and start building one full of meaningful moments. A truly rich life isn't measured in dollars, but in moments well spent, because once time is gone, it's gone forever. My obsession with money was fueled by a really toxic habit: comparison. I was constantly looking over my shoulder at what other people had. The bigger house, the fancier car, the ridiculously exotic vacation. And social media, that just throws gasoline on the fire, right? It turns everyone's life into this perfect highlight reel that makes your everyday reality feel less than. I was running a race with no finish line because there will always be someone with more. What I didn't get is a core lesson from the psychology of money. The hardest financial skill isn't growing your income, it's getting the goalposts to stop moving. I was so busy trying to keep up with the Joneses that I never even asked myself if I wanted to go where they were going. This constant comparison was stealing my happiness and distracting me from my own path. The shift happened when I started practicing gratitude. Instead of obsessing over what I didn't have, I started appreciating what I did. I learned that saving money isn't about depriving yourself, it's about dialing down your ego. It's about creating a gap between what you earn and what you feel you need to show off. When you stop spending money to prove to people how much money you have, you find a whole new level of freedom. A rich life isn't about having more than your neighbor, it's about wanting what you already have. In my chase for wealth, I ended up with a phone full of contacts but almost no one I could call a real friend. My relationships felt like transactions. I was surrounded by people but I felt completely alone. It's a weird paradox, isn't it? You can be in a room packed with people and feel totally, painfully lonely. Money can buy you attention, and it can buy you proximity to powerful people, but it can never buy real love, trust, or deep emotional connection. Those things are earned, not purchased. They're built with empathy, vulnerability, and by investing your time and your presence, currencies that are way more valuable than cash. The truth is, people with modest incomes but strong social circles often report way more happiness than rich people with hollow relationships. I had to learn this the hard way. When my life fell apart, guess who showed up? It wasn't my high-value contacts. It was the handful of people I'd almost let slip away. The ones who loved me for who I was, not for what I had. They reminded me that the real currency of a happy life is the strength of your connections with family and friends. A rich life isn't measured by the size of your network, but by the strength of your relationships. If this is hitting home for you, and you're tired of chasing a version of success that just leaves you feeling empty, consider subscribing. We're building a community here focused on redefining what it means to live a truly rich life. Join us on the journey. Okay, truth number 4 is all about failure. In school, we're taught to be terrified of it. A big red F on a test is like a brand of shame. But in the real world, failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a part of it. My life-altering event felt like the ultimate failure. A business I'd poured my soul into was gone. I felt like a fraud. For a while, that setback completely paralyzed me. But then I started looking at the stories of wildly successful people, and I saw a pattern. Entrepreneurs and artists almost always point to their early failures as the moments that defined them. They didn't just show up resilient. They became resilient by facing setbacks, learning the lessons, and getting back up. No amount of money can buy you that kind of grit. Resilience is a mindset that no financial safety net can ever give you. I had to learn to see failure not as an endpoint, but as feedback. It wasn't a judgment on my worth. It was just data telling me what didn't work. By setting up your life so that one failure can't completely wipe you out, you earn the ability to keep playing the game until things go your way. A rich life isn't one without failure. It's one where you have the strength to learn from it and keep going. Alright, truth number 5 might be the most counterintuitive one. I used to think wealth was loud. You know, the sports car, the designer watch, the giant house. But here's the paradox. Spending money to show people how much money you have is the quickest way to have less money. The real truth is that wealth is usually silent. It's invisible. It's the money you didn't spend. It's the investments quietly growing in the background. It's the savings that give you peace of mind and a sense of control over your own life. Think about it. Wealth isn't the shiny new car. It's the financial freedom of not having a car payment. It's waking up knowing you have options. This idea totally changed how I looked at money. I stopped chasing the visible signs of wealth and started building the invisible foundation of it. I realized that how much you save is more important than how much you earn or what your investment returns are. Learning to be happy with less creates a gap between what you have and what you want, a gap that pays a hidden dividend: flexibility. A rich life isn't about showing off what you have, it's about building a level of wealth that gives you options the world can't even see. And this last truth, number 6, is the one that pulls it all together. For so long, I was chasing money, but I wasn't really after the money itself. I was after what I thought it would get me. And I think that's true for all of us. At the top of that list is freedom. The ultimate goal isn't just to be financially free, it's to be personally free. It's the ability to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, for as long as you want. That is the highest dividend money pays. It's the freedom to choose work that feels meaningful, to spend your time on things that bring you joy, and to live life completely on your own terms. When you realize this, the entire game changes. You stop chasing status and you start chasing alignment. You stop trying to impress other people and start trying to impress yourself. This is where you can finally appreciate any luck or privilege in your life, being grateful for any head start you got and committing to helping others find their own freedom. A rich life isn't defined by the number in your bank account, but by the amount of control you have over your own time. So, to bring it all home, your time is worth more than your money. Comparison is a trap that will steal your joy. True connection is not for sale. Resilience is something you build from your failures. Real wealth is quiet and invisible, and the absolute best thing money can buy is your own freedom. I had to lose almost everything to finally learn these lessons. I had to stop chasing money to figure out what it actually meant to be rich. A wealthy life might be made possible by money, but it's defined by everything else. So my challenge to you is this: stop and ask yourself what your definition of a rich life really is. I promise you, the answer has very little to do with money. To help you get started on this, I've put together a free guide I'm calling the 5-Minute Rich Life Audit. It's a simple set of questions to help you redefine success on your own terms. Click the link in the description below to download it for free. Thank you for watching.